Okay, for our next lesson, once your account, is set up, you are going to see this dashboard. So your plan is 0 to 1,000 subscribers, which actually we're only approved for 500 right now. Normally it will approve you right off the bat for 1,000, but this particular website is fairly new and doesn't have a lot of activity, so that may have something to do with it. I did get an email that once I start sending campaigns, they will raise this limit up to the approved 1,000. So here's your dashboard. It shows your subscribers. Your growth will show here. If you have any active automations and active forms. So I want to cover in this lesson campaigns. So you click on the campaign tab and you can create a campaign. We actually do that from the dashboard. So the subject, let's just say welcome. It's going to be from Ruse Rubs, that supported Ruse Rubs in English. And we're going to do the content next. And I like to do the drag and drop editor. They also have where you can do your own HTML if you like to drop that in that way, or a rich text editor. This is by far the easiest, and that's the one that I normally go with. Okay, so you come up with their basic template. So it has the green bar, which is their signature color, and my company name, and then you can drag your content blocks there. So I like to do, first of all, design. And I'm going to do a custom design. And for the header, I would like to put, I'm going to change that to my color codes. So we go here. So instead of doing this color block, I want to change this text as my header type here. This is your header. I want to change that to an image. And then I can drop my logo in. And then the next section, you can drag content blocks. Let me save this. So you may have some text here for your email. And then maybe you want to throw in a divider. And maybe there's an image down here. We'll throw in another divider. And then maybe you have some social links. I don't think that took it. And then then you just go back in and fill everything in here, and I'm going to pause just a moment to make sure that I have all the images that I would like to use. Okay, so here in the image we want to edit this picture in the header. I'm just going to click on the picture, and there's nothing here yet, so I need to upload an image. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to grab my logo. And I'm going to say upload. And I'm going to grab just a couple other things that I want to throw in. And this is just for the logo, of course, is for today. This is also going to be in this campaign that we're doing. I'm just going to do a sample campaign to say, hey, look, there's a new recipe on the website. You guys need to go check it out on the blog post, however you want to word that. So we're going to choose this one. Just select, and it's going to drop it in here for us. And that will be our header. Now you see we have this lovely, lovely green. We don't want that. So we've got the image. We're going to save that. And then for the background, since I have red in the logo and some gray, I'm going to just make this white. and then it just doesn't have any colors interfering. Then you can go to the next section, the text, subtitle. Let's just say new recipe on the blog. And then we can jump down in this section and say check out the new recipe for a fabulous steak seasoning. You can read more about that here. And then I'm just going to highlight this. Oops, my mouse is giving me a hard time this morning. And I'm going to insert a link. And I've already pulled this up, so I'm just going to copy that link. Jump back over and drop the link in there, just to copy and paste. Say OK. So now I have my link. Well, guess what? There's the green again. I do not want the green. So you can go to Settings, and here's your link color. And I'm going to change that to match the red here in my logo. I just do gray, red, and black for this particular website, so it's kind of, not a whole lot of colors. You may have 5 or 6. If you have an action color that you use on your buttons or all your links, you can do that here. So if I use, say, red and yellow, I might make this link in all links and buttons yellow. But we do red only for this one, so we'll do that. Save. So now that kind of matches more in line with my branding. And then here I can add an image of the steak cooking just to kind of entice them to go over and have a look. And we're going to save that. So, I mean, this is kind of a little boring, but if it's something, if I do a new recipe 2 times a week or once a week and all of my subscribers get this weekly, they're not going to want a big, huge story. They're just going to want to know, oh, okay, here's a recipe for steak. Yeah, I don't care about that. Thursday, maybe I send one for veggies, and oh, I like veggies, so let me go check out that recipe. So this kind of keeps it short and sweet here without fatiguing my reader with a bunch of, text in there. Then at the bottom, you can also throw in another text box here, and just click in the sample text, and it'll give you the little box, and just say thanks for being a part of the community. Obviously, I can't talk and type at the same time. And then whatever you want to close with. So if your company has a tagline, you can throw it in there. I just wanted to say thanks for being a part of the community, and for the sample, that's plenty. And then you have your social links. So if you have a Facebook page for your business, if you have Twitter, you go in here and you drop your link for your Facebook page. You can add additional social networks. You can do LinkedIn. You can do YouTube, and as you click, you see it's just auto-populating. Now I can also do the drop-down arrow. Say if you have Facebook but you don't have Twitter, just click here and see, well, what do I want to add? I want to add Pinterest. So I have Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and it drops them all there. And they all work the same. You just copy and paste your specific link for your Facebook page, your Pinterest account. That way they can just click right here and go check you out, follow you, look at your posts, be a part of your community, whatever you want them to do there. And I'm just going to save that. Another thing that you want to do is have your mailing address. You can actually be fined if you don't have an accurate mailing address on all your emails, and you would be fined per email. So if I have 400 people on my list, and all 400 people get this email and I don't have an email address here, I could be fined 400 individual fines for that. So you want to make sure that you have your information here. So your P.O. box, if you have one. If you don't want your home address, if you have a physical office space, you want to put that there. You can also put a link to your website. And then this gives the reader the option to go, ooh, Sally, my buddy, she loves steak. Let me share this with her on Facebook, or let me tweet about it, or I'm just going to forward it to her email address. So they have the option to click right here to do any one of those actions. And that is a very simple, how you create and customize your your one-time campaigns. So we're just going to save that. We're going to say we're done editing. And that is ready to go. All I have to do is say I want it, to go to all active subscribers, or if I have specific groups, I may have people that are interested in a keto diet plan. Well, that's lots of protein, lots of meat, so they definitely want to see that. I may have some vegetarians that follow me and they're not going to want to see this. So I can exclude groups here, or I can send to everyone. Then you just review and confirm. I'll choose all active subscribers and then review and confirm. Okay, so at this point you can go in and preview your content. You can edit your content. You can send a test email to yourself so that you see how it looks in your browser or on your mobile. And sometimes you may see that, oh, the text looks a little funny on my cell phone. It looks great on my desktop, but on my cell phone, not so much. And then you can go back in and tweak your design. I'm not going to send one because I'm not really sending this email out. And then you see, well, who's getting it? Let me double check that, all subscribers. And then the next is to schedule. So I can send it now immediately. I can send it later. So I could schedule, I could do, 4 of these recipe emails and schedule them to go out every Tuesday of the month. And then I'm covered with that for the month and it's all done in one time. Or you can deliver based on time zones. So you can select a selected time in all time zones. So I want everybody to get it at noon. I don't want, everybody Central Time to get it at noon and Eastern to get it at 1 because it may be time sensitive, especially if you're running some type of special offer. And then you can track. You always want to track your campaigns. If you have Google Analytics on your website, you can see who's looking at your email, who's going back to link. But we also have reporting within MailerLite, so you don't necessarily need that to see who's reading it, who's opening it, who's clicking it. And that does finally wrap up the campaign I'm not going to send. So I'm going to go back and just leave that sitting there, maybe for future use. So that is how we do a campaign start to finish, and that's designing our own template in the background rather than using, and they do have some forms set up if you prefer that method.